recorded. The brief will therefore cover operational activities of members of the Armed Forces of Nigeria and other security agencies conducted in addressing the various security challenges across the length and breadth of our country between the period 1st to 22nd December 2022, starting with the Northeast Zone. The land and air component of Operation Hardenkai have continued to dominate their general area of operation as operational activities were conducted in villages, towns, and mountain areas in Damboa, Bamwa, Goza, and Kwanduga local government areas of Borno State, as well as Gulani and Gedam local government areas of Yobe State, respectively. Notably, on 1st December 2022, troops had a meeting engagement with Boko Haram and Islamic State of West African Province terrorists at Wajiroko in Damboa local government area of Borno State. Troops with the support of the air component engaged the terrorists and neutralized scores of the terrorists while others fled with several gunshot wounds. Troops exploited the general area and recovered 6 AK-47 rifles, 3 FN rifles, 2 QJC guns, 102 rounds of 12.7mm ammunition, 2,152 rounds of 7.62mm special, 20 rounds of 7.62mm NATO, 1 RPG tube, 1 high explosive armor-piercing bomb, 1 high explosive anti-tank bomb, and 1 36 hand grenade. Troops also recovered 1 terrorist gun truck and destroyed 1 other one. Similarly, on 2nd December 2022, troops on fighting patrol came in contact with terrorists while exploiting deep into the forest outside Malamfoteri town in Abadan local government area of Borno State. During the firefight, troops neutralized several terrorists while others fled. Troops further exploited the general area and discovered a base with bunkers and over 100 mattresses, which were set ablaze by troops, while the air components, through an air interdiction operation, neutralized several terrorists trying to escape from the general area. Troops also recovered 1 mortar tube, 2 mortar tripod stand, and 1 60mm mortar bomb. Also, on 5th December 2022, troops came in contact with Boko Haram and Islamic State of West African Province terrorists while on routine patrol to Komala village in Damboa local government area of Borno State. Following the firefight, 3 terrorists were neutralized while others fled. Troops exploited the general area and recovered 123 rounds of 7.62mm NATO rounds belted, 2 AK-47 rifles, and magazines loaded with 20 rounds of 7.62mm special. Similarly, on 9 December 2022, troops raided identified Boko Haram and Islamic State of West African Province terrorists hideout at Modum Giram in Buma Madagama general area of Bama local government area of Borno State and made contact with the terrorists. During the firefight, troops neutralized 5 terrorists and captured 1. Also on 11th December 2022, troops arrested 4 Boko Haram and Islamic State of West African terrorist commander along Goza Yamteke Road in Goza local government area of Borno State. It was revealed that they were escaping from Salhabdu in Sambisa forest due to the intense bombardment by troops. Items recovered from the terrorists include 3 AK-47 rifle, 1 G3 rifle, 7 AK-47 magazine, 1 G3 magazine, 20 rounds of 7.62mm special, 12 rounds of refilled 7.62mm special ammunition, 3 bandoliers, 2 mobile phones, and the sum of 125,000 naira only, among other sundry items. Equally, between 3rd to 13th December 2022, Troops responded to intelligence and arrested a Boko Haram and Islamic State of West African Province terrorist logistics supplier hibernating at Chibok town in Chibok local government area of Borno State. Items recovered from the suspect include 2 cows, 4 rams, 1 cutlasses, and 2 mobile phones, among other items. Items were intended to be delivered to a Boko Haram collaborator who was supposed to deliver it to the Boko Haram terrorists. Troops equally arrested another Boko Haram and Islamic State of West African Province terrorist logistics supplier at different locations within the theater of operation within different types of logistic items. Furthermore, troops also conducted operational activities at Zurunkudu village in Gedam local government area of Yobe State and neutralized 2 terrorists, arrested 3 suspected collaborators with 1 FN rifle and cutlasses, among other items. Troops also recovered 2 AK-47, 5 AK-47 magazine, 1 36 hand grenade, and 86 rounds of 7.62 mm by 54 mm belted ammunition. Likewise, on 16 December 2022, troops ambushed Boko Haram and Islamic State of West African Province terrorists at a crossing point and neutralized 1 commander identified as Abu Umi and 4 other terrorists. Troops recovered 1 AK-47 rifle with magazine loaded with 15 rounds of 7.62 mm special and 6 motorcycles. Cumulatively, within the week in focus, troops recovered 20 AK-47 rifles, 2 G3 rifles, 5 FN rifles, 2 QJC guns, 1 gun truck, 2,411 rounds of 7.62 mm special, 26 AK-47 magazine, 4 bandoliers, 4 36 hand grenades, 1 42 hand grenade, 1 RPG tube, 1 high explosive anti-tank bomb, 1 high explosive armor piercing bomb, 1 mortar tube, 2 mortar tripod stand, and a 60 mm mortar bomb. Other items recovered include 33 motorcycles, 33 bicycles, medical supplies, 50 pieces of male and female fabric, bags of grain, jerrycans of groundnut oil, cartons of detergents, and the sum of 291,060 naira only, among other sundry items. Equally, troops neutralized 103 terrorists, apprehended 4 terrorist commanders, arrested 12 Boko Haram terrorist logistics supplier, and 2 terrorist collaborators, as well as 4 terrorist spies. Equally, 30 adopted civilians were also rescued, while a total of 423 Boko Haram and Islamic State of West African Province terrorists and members of their family, comprising of 41 male, 126 adult female, and 222 children, surrendered to own troops at different locations within the theater. All recovered items, rescued civilians, and arrested terrorists have been handed over to appropriate authorities for further actions, while the surrendered Boko Haram and Islamic State of West African Province members, along with their families, are being profiled for further action. Equally, the air component of Operation Hadankai on 11 December 2022 conducted air interdiction operations at identified Islamic State of West African Province enclaves around Raza, a mountainous area in Goza local government area of Borno State. The airstrike was carried out following intelligence reports that a top Islamic State of West African Province commander and his foot soldiers were hibernating in the general area. Following the air bombardment, feedback revealed that scores of the terrorists were neutralized with their equipment and logistics caught up in an inferno. Same day, another successful air interdiction operation was conducted at Kundasa a terrorist hideout in Mandara Mountain area of Borno State. The operation was carried out in response to intelligence of terrorists in the general area and the relocation of some high-profile terrorist commander and their fighters following the initial strike. Feedback revealed the neutralization of the terrorist commanders and their fighter, as well as the destruction of all their logistic facilities in the area. Now to the north-central zone. Troops in the north-central zone of the country have sustained the crackdown on the nefarious activities of terrorists and other criminal elements in their general area of operation. Troops on 8 December 2022, in conjunction with other security agencies, raided Karamaji and Lugbe general area in Abuja Municipal Area Council of the Federal Capital Territory to rid the general area of the menace of criminal elements. During the operations, troops intercepted a total of 429 motorcycles. The motorcycles were subsequently crushed on same day in an open field in Lugbe in the presence of all the participating security agencies. Equally, on 16th December 2022, troops in conjunction with other security agencies conducted fighting patrol to Kalsamki village in Gwagalada Area Council of the Federal Capital Territory and arrested 5 suspected kidnappers in their hideout. Similarly, on 8th and 15th December 2022, troops of Operation Safe Haven raided the residence of a notorious gun runner who was on the wanted list of troops at Ramplam village in Mangu local government area of Plateau State. During the operation, troops recovered 2 fabricated pistols and 1 fabricated rifle. Troops also carried out covert operation on the 9th December 2022 and arrested 2 notorious kidnappers at Gora and Mejuju village in Jos East local government area of Plateau State. Equally, troops on patrol had contact with bandits at Kwampani general area in Wase local government area of Plateau State. Following the operations, troops neutralized 1 bandit while others fled. Troops thereafter recovered 25 rounds of 7.62mm special and 2 motorcycles among other items. Also, a notorious gun runner was equally arrested along Kwangorga Zaria Road in Jos North local government area of Plateau State on 19 December 2022 with a fabricated AK-47 rifle, 1 fabricated pistol, and 533 rounds of 7.62mm NATO concealed in a bag of grains, while a bandolier was also discovered inside a jerrycan of palm oil. Consequently, within the week in review, troops recovered 3 locally fabricated AK-47 rifles, 2 locally fabricated pistols, 25 rounds of 7.62mm special, 533 rounds of 7.62mm NATO, 3 motorcycles, cutlasses, mobile phones, among other items. Also in the related development, the air component of Operation Safe Havens on 3rd December 2022 conducted air interdiction operation at identified hideouts at Odare and Magama Forest and Zuru general area of Kompani village in Wase local government area of Plateau State. During the operation, 7 motorcycles, each mounted by 3 bandits, were seen trying to escape, but were bombarded. Feedback confirmed that the bandits suffered severe casualty as they were all confirmed to have been neutralized in the airstrike. Now to the southwest zone of the country. Troops of Operation Harden Daji in the west zone of the country have sustained operational activities through the conduct of. Following the firefight, troops neutralized 5 terrorists. Equally, on 7 December 2022, troops on fighting patrol in Jama local government area of Kaduna State arrested a suspected gun runner who had been on the wanted list of troops at a filling station while refueling his car Items recovered from him include 5 AK-47, 4,000 rounds of 7.62mm special ammunition, concealed in a sack, 4 magazines, tear gas canister, as well as knives. Also, on 4 December 2022, troops responded to a distress call on terrorist attack at Magajin village in Futuam local government area of Katsina and made contact with the terrorists. During the operation, 3 bandits were neutralized while others fled with gunshot wounds. Troops exploited the general area and recovered a bag containing 7 AK-47 rifle magazine loaded with 204 rounds of 7.62mm special, 2 motorcycles and a mobile phone. On the same day, troops also made contacts with bandits at Mahuta village in the same Funtua local government area. Following the firefight, troops neutralized 3 terrorists and recovered 2 den guns, 4 mobile phones and dagger, among other items. Furthermore, on 8 December 2022, following a tip-off, troops intercepted a truck conveying uncoupled motorcycles with 5 suspects along Gusau Dansauna Road in Gusau local government area of Zamfara state. It was revealed that the items were intended to be delivered to a suspected terrorist collaborator who is on the watch list of troops. Items recovered from the suspects include 1 Beretta pistol, 1 magazine, 11 rounds of 5.56mm ammunition, 7 uncoupled motorcycles, and a sum of 55,000 naira, 55,150 naira only. Consequently, within the weeks in review, troops recovered 7 AK-47 rifle, 1 Beretta pistol, 1 locally made rifle, 3 locally made pistols, 4 locally made guns, 3 den guns, 4,380 rounds of 7.62mm special ammunition, and 5 cartridges. Troops also recovered 55 motorcycles, 7 uncoupled motorcycles, 13 mobile phones, and 820 Russell cartridges, as well as a sum of 3,302,195 naira only. Troops equally neutralized 27 terrorists, arrested 26 suspected terrorists, and rescued 35 abducted civilians. All recovered items, rescued civilians, and arrested suspects were handed over to relevant authorities for further action. Equally, in the related development, the air component of Operation Deep Punch on 1st December 2022 conducted an air interdiction operation at identified terrorist hideout in Giwa local government area of Kaduna State. Consequently, the airstrike operation was conducted following credible intelligence about the activities of terrorists in the general area. After the successful bombardment, it was confirmed from the feedback that 7 terrorist kingpins, namely Jubrin, Guru, Isa, Jaro, and Matawole, all from Zamfara, were eliminated in the strike. Others are Noti, Bala, Yunusa, and Buri, who were all on the wanted list of security agents, were also neutralized with their foot soldiers. Equally, a follow-up air interdiction operation was carried out against terrorists in their enclave in Tufa and Gi Yawa in Igabi and Birmingwari local government area of Kaduna State. Feedback revealed that the terrorists suffered heavy casualties from the bombardment. Now to the South-South zone. The land, maritime, and air component of Operation Delta Safe has sustained offensive posture to deny criminal elements freedom of action to carry out their illegal operations in Bayelsa, Delta, and Rivers State, respectively. During the operations, several illegal refinery sites, equipment, and petroleum products were recovered and destroyed, while some suspect oil thieves and pipeline vendors were also apprehended. Cumulatively, within a week in review, troops of Operation Delta Safe in the conduct of Operation Octopus Grip discovered and destroyed 57 illegal refinery sites, 953 cooking ovens, 68 wooden boats, 172 storage tanks, 194 dugout pits. Also recovered were 445,000 liters of crude oil, 1,043,000 liters of automotive gas oil, 22,000 liters of premium motor spirit, 2,000 liters of dual-purpose kerosene, 1 AK-47 rifle, 8 tankers, 63 vehicles, 2 speedboats, 1 tugboat, 14 motorcycles, 1 tricycle, 3 bicycles, 11 pumping machines, and 3 outboard engines, while 21 oil thefts and pipeline vendors were apprehended. Cumulatively, within a week in focus, oil thefts were denied a total sum of 713,699,600 naira only. The large quantity of illegal crude oil and other petroleum products recovered and destroyed, and the number of arrested oil thefts and pipeline vendors shows the unrelenting effort of own troops of Operation Delta Safe in denying them freedom of action. Now to the Southeast Zone. Troops and other security agents in the Southeast Zone of the country have sustained their aggressive posture in the fight against the outlawed indigenous people of Biafra and Eastern Security Network criminals aimed at restoring peace and normalcy to the region. Accordingly, operational activities were conducted in villages, forests, communities in Abia, Anambra, Ebonyi, Enugu, and Imo State, respectively. Between 11 to 12 December 2022, troops in conjunction with other security agencies raided identified indigenous people of Biafra and Eastern Security Network hideout at Ungwa Lagu community in Sara local government area of Ebonyi State. Following the operation, 4 suspected criminals were arrested. The combined team also recovered 16 motorcycles, 4 generating sets, 4 gas cylinders, television sets, 5 mobile phones, among other items. Also, on 12 December 2022, the combined team of security agencies raided another indigenous people of Biafra and Eastern Security Network criminal camp in Agu Egedege forest of Abugu community in Ishelu local government area of Ebonyi State. During the operation, troops arrested 10 criminals, destroyed their camp, as well as recovered 1 locally fabricated pistol, 2 den gun, 1 motorcycles, 2 cartridges, 4 rounds of 7.62mm special, 3 woodland camo, and 1 desert camouflage uniform, among other items. Equally, troops responded to a distress call on the attack of the Independence National Electoral Commission office at Owerri Metropolis in Imo State by the indigenous people of Biafra and Eastern Security Network criminals on 12 December 2022. Following the engagement by troops neutralized 3 of the criminals, while 3 AK-47 rifles, 3 pump-action guns, petrol bombs, and some explosives, as well as vehicles, among others, were recovered. Troops also came in contact with suspected criminals while on fighting patrols to a suspected criminal hideout in the Yulu forest in Igboeze North local government area of Enugu State. During the encounter, troops neutralized one of their kingpin, who was on the wanted list of security agents, as well as arrested 1 suspect, while others fled. Troops also recovered 1 pump-action gun, 4 cartridges, 1 locally made pistols, 1 camouflage uniform, 2 mobile phones, among other sundry items. Troops also responded to the indigenous people of Biafra and Eastern Security Network activities along Unkalugu railway junction and made contact with the criminals. During the encounter, troops neutralized one of the criminals and recovered one AK-47 rifle, 2 rounds of 7.62mm special, and a mobile phone, among other items. Consequently, within a week in focus, troops in the southeast zone of the country recovered 5 AK-47 rifles, 8 pump-action guns, 2 locally made pistols, 3 den guns, several locally fabricated hand grenades with leg cuffs and chains, 5 cartridges, petrol bombs, 3 smoke grenade launchers, some explosives, 5 rounds of 7.62mm specials, 2 rounds of 7.62mm NATO, 5 pairs of woodland camouflage uniform, and 2 pairs of desert camouflage. Other items recovered are 10 vehicles, 18 motorcycles, 13 generating sets, 4 gas cylinder, 8 mobile phone, television sets, and other sundry items. Troops equally neutralized 7 criminals, arrested 27, and rescued 8 kidnapped civilians. All recovered items, rescued civilians, and apprehended criminals have been handed over to relevant authorities for further action. Now to the Southwest Zone. Troops of the Joint Border Patrol in the Southwest Zone of the country have sustained the onslaught against smugglers of contraband goods. Accordingly, operational activities were conducted in the jetties, villages, bush parts, towns, and local government areas in Lagos, Ogun, and Oyo State, respectively. During the operation, troops in conjunction with other security agents intercepted some contraband goods and other suspected criminal elements within the zone. Cumulatively, between 1st to 22nd December 2022, troops Operation Awasi in the conduct of Operation Swift Response recovered 1,680 bags of 50 kg foreign rice, 997 jerrycans of 30 liters of premium motor spirit, 1 truck, 2 golf cars, bales of used clothing, among other items. Troops also arrested 2 criminal elements. All recovered items have been handed over to the Nigerian Customs Services, while the arrested criminals have been handed over to relevant authorities for further action. On a final note, I wish to once again convey the Military High Command commendation on troops' efforts in the various theaters of operations across the nation. The media community is also acknowledged for their partnership and continued cooperation with the military and other security agencies in our quest to restore peace and security to our dear country. Also, the entire populace is hereby appreciated for their support given to the armed forces of Nigeria and other security agents in the conduct of our various operations across the length and breadth of the country, while also urging them to continue to provide prompt and credible information on the activities of terrorists and other criminal elements in their respective areas. We will continue to tell you that we are not relenting on our effort to ensure that we continue to apprehend and ensure that not just for the Yuletide period, but at any point in time, at least, there should be safety. The safety of each and every citizen of this country is guaranteed. We are not going to relent on our efforts. Like I said earlier, as people are going on break, the military is not going on break. Neither are other members of the security agencies going on break. They will continue to do their bit in ensuring that this country is safe, and not just for the festive period. I will go now to my right-hand side.
My name is Zamfara, and I'm representing Channels TV, sir. We want to commend your efforts. Discordant tune with regards to those that were affected. We heard that some civilians were
came out from it. The first information we heard was that a huge number of civilians were involved during an airstrike. After that, we heard that there was blue on blue, where some soldiers too were equally killed in the airstrike. Later on, the message was separated, and there were a lot of conflicting informations as to it. Now, the truth of it as it stands now is that, yes, I personally, as we're watching maybe later on, we'll see the clip of that operation, the airstrike operation that was conducted there. And it was a precise and a clinically conducted operation. I don't see how that large number, 63 people, will have been killed in just that operation or that airstrike. I don't see the possibility. But the fact of the matter now is that at least it is clear now that there was no blue on blue. And yes, the operation was conducted successfully, and a lot of terrorists were killed in that attack and airstrike. It was a combined operation within the ground forces and the air component. Unfortunately, during the ground forces operations, we lost some soldiers, which is true, but the number of civilian casualties as per collateral damage cannot be confirmed. And if you have seen the report from the Zamfara state government has not come out to give us any figure as far as this is concerned. And so therefore, that investigation has been ordered into it to ascertain actually if there was any collateral damage and equally the number of people that were involved. So for now, we cannot give you any specific number as to the level of collateral damage that happened during that incident. If I do that, it will be acting in tandem to the investigation that is ongoing to that incident. But like I said, there was no blue on blue. The air bombardment was precision bombardment, as you see in the clip that's coming up, and equally, a lot of terrorists were equally neutralized during that operation. With that, I think just to round it up, we'll just go and you people can see the clip on that particular airstrike and one other clip that was conducted somewhere else. Please, like we said, please do not record. Anybody, that is to say the level of collateral damage or the damage that is going to be caused to the society and humans is on the high side. Most of the times we have called off several operations. Several of those operations are always called off until a time when it is much more conducive for us to take advantage of such opportunity targets. So you people should have that in mind. We are not here, it's our responsibility to protect lives and properties of Nigerians, and not for us to come and start killing them. So it is not our role to make sure that we damage properties or have any direct as to the lives of Nigerians or innocent citizens of this country. So like I said, in the past, a lot of times we have to call off a lot of operations when we know that there's going to be high casualty in terms of human and material. So thank you very much for that.